Welcome to the Imagine Not Being Leeds.
Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds. Come on, FA Cup draw. You can see I'm excited about this FA Cup that a lot of people aren't bothered about, but I'm certainly bothered about. Let's do a watch along of the sodding draw. Sod it. On a little bit earlier, as you know, I'm not normally at this time, but sod it. Let's have let's watch the draw together, have a chat about it, see how we get. And yeah, we'll waffle on for about an hour, maybe just over an hour. We'll see how we go. We'll see who's in the building. But yeah, smash a like. There's already 67 people in the building. Thanks for tuning in and watching along with me. I've got it on YouTube. Hopefully that is the quickest version that's out there. But yeah, we'll get through it together. But yeah, please smash me a like. Let's get it out to more people, and please subscribe if you're new here. I mean, the draw isn't usually kind to Leeds United in terms of where the fixtures played. You look at the recent history, we had probably 4 home games in the last 40 or something ridiculous, but we've been pretty well so far away from home. 2 ties, 2 wins. Made hard work of it yesterday against Birmingham, as a lot of you know I were there with a little lad. I aren't too asked if it's away as long as it's a lower league tie. If it's a Premier League tie, I hope it's Ellen Road, but we'll see. The cards, you know, whatever you dealt with, we've got to deal with. But I'm really excited, as you can see. You know what I think about the FA Cup. It's historic. I love the competition. I understand we have other more important matters at hand this season. I get that, but because I'm so confident Leeds will be safe this season, so confident, and I know it's only 6 points at me, but I'm so super confident we stay up. I want a cup run, and at the minute, this winning 2 rounds for Leeds United fans, this is a cup run. This is a cup run for us, so let's extend it. Hopefully, the tie is kind to us. For me, Arsenal and City are the 2 we need to avoid. There's obviously Chelsea in there, Newcastle in there. As you can see on there, you know, the numbers are going from 1 onwards. Liverpool still in there, Fulham, Sunderland, Southampton. Wrexham would be a great little tie. I'd love Wrexham. Away from home would be nice as well, because my mate Danny, I go to away games with, I think he's currently on 85 of the 92 grounds to visit, and he's got Wrexham and he's got Mansfield are the 2 he's hoping for. But ideally a home tie, I suppose. Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, Mansfield, as I've just said, Norwich, Port Vale or Bristol City, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Newcastle, Man City, Macclesfield or Brentford. I'd expect Brentford, and obviously Leeds United. Ball 16. We'll have to see where we come out, but yeah, I'm excited to see how we get. Let's see who's in the building anyway. Let's have a chat. Knowing how look, it's going to Man City away. James, don't put the frighteners on me, because that is a big worry. Arsenal or City away, and then my enthusiasm for the competition goes down the drain, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Even though I up top banana as always, how much would you put on it being away? Yeah, it's what we're doing it. Yeah, Theo loved the game yesterday, as you saw on Matchday vlog. Absolutely loved it. And let's be fair, an away tie, if I can get him a ticket, does that seal a victory for us? 2 away games, Derby and Birmingham, we're through. Maybe Theo's a good luck charm. Be a shock if we're drawn at home. Yeah, of course it is, mate. Home tie, says Dave. Evening all, we never get home ties. Norwich away, I'm going. Norwich away won't be a bad game, Mike. I'd fancy us. Hey up, Wilco White, my good mate, Sean. Kiara, how are you doing, pal? Hoping for a home fixture. I think everyone is out there. Evening, guys. How you doing, Alan? Yeah, Dave. Found my hat finally. A few people thinking Norwich. What do you think, Dilip? Hey, y'all. Hey up, Gangeen. Thought something a bit different, this. Something a bit different. 42 likes, 172 people in the building. Get that like button bloody smashed. Love you all to bits. Mansfield at home would be a good one, Matty. Yeah, it would be, mate. Mansfield at home would be a nice fixture, that, Richard. You're right. Tickle those likes for that, Matty. Hey up, Paul. Wrexham away. That's what my mate wants, and I won't mind Wrexham away. What I'll say, though, is Wrexham away or Mansfield away, which are nice ties, and it ticks a couple of boxes for my mate. Like, the allocation will be small. The allocation will be really small. Obviously, we know we get 20% of the ground, don't we, away from home. But Yeah, a smaller ground. Just watching goal now, Mansfield. Great result. Great result. Gangeen, love to see a home game. But there comes Newcastle away whilst Man City v Man. That's the problem, innit? You're going to see us potentially get a tough tie, and like you say there, Arsenal, Port Vale, City, Mansfield. I tell you what, guys, if we can get a nice-ish tie and get Arsenal v City, this is why you can't rule out anything happening in FA Cup. You just can't. You never know. It's you look at draw, but also not just what we get, but what other teams get. And, if some of these big hitters can get each other, it gives us a bit of a route, maybe. Maybe I'm jumping too far ahead of myself. I know we only just scraped past Birmingham, but 2 games in FA Cup for Leeds fans. I'm sorry. This is a run, This is a run. I'm excited against anyone. Yeah, I tell you what I'm trying to do on this channel as well, Pete. I'm trying to hype up the FA Cup. I'm trying to hype it up to get everyone excited for it, just as excited as I am. To a point where I'm doing a chuffing watch-along for an FA Cup draw. Unheard of, I think. Unheard of. Southampton will make a good game. Well, it would, do it? It would. SP, how are you doing, mate? Wolves 1-1 Arsenal, Tottenham 5-2. Who are you hoping for, SPO? Who are you hoping for? Evening, Ina. Hope you're good. I expect Wrexham at home. Ali McCoist. I love it that Macclesfield are looking forward to the job, but they've still got to beat Brentford tonight. Darren Fletcher. Ali McCoist. Who do we have next FA Cup? We'll find out, Seth. Hey up, Carl. How are you doing, mate? Hope we get a home draw. So I start 7 home ties in 37. Is that what it is, mate? It's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah, no Arsenal and no City for me. Dazzler, St James's Park or Mansfield at home. Brinlaw would it? Yeah, it'd be nice for Brinlaw to have Wrexham, wouldn't it? Be a nice little romantic tie, that. Really would. Evening, lads. How you doing, Jody? Clacton Town away, says John. Again, another Norwich. You fancy Norwich? The Slog v Birmingham highlights why we must not return to the Championship. Yeah, it were tough. Birmingham deserve. Tell you what, everyone, Birmingham deserve to be in hat tonight, not us. But you ride your luck when you need it. And I'm a firm believer that Leeds have been shit on for years, as we all are. So it's nice that we had rubber green. Really is. Sunderland revenge for 73, please, says Freddie. Chelsea away, an under-21 player will score 2, become the fans' next messiah. Yeah, mate. Mateo Joseph, by any chance. John, don't do it, mate. Do not manifest that into reality, please. Reckon it's Southampton. Tell you what, I'm going to make a prediction. I've not predicted this. I'm going to go. I think it's going to be a Sunderland or a Southampton there. Just looking at them two, they're standing out to me. A Sunderland or a Southampton. It wouldn't be the end of the world, even of them ties. It wouldn't be the hardest, but I just want to avoid City, Arsenal, Chelsea, ideally, and Liverpool. Avoid them 4, and I think we've got a chance against any of them. Although Chelsea and Liverpool haven't beat us this season, have the first out the back, Leeds. Smash those likes. Yeah, please smash a like. Cheers, Pete. 75 likes. Get a like smash. There's 315 people at building. Crazy numbers for my little channel. Really appreciate it if you get those. Get that like smash, right? Ali McCoy, or is it Joe Cole? Putting the balls into the bin. Here we go. Please, easy tie. Anyone at home apart from Arsenal, please, mate. Yeah, John Charles, I'm saying. Let's see how it goes then. Here comes first ball. Number 2, Fulham are at home to number 4, Southampton. Fulham v Southampton. First draw. Oh, man, I'm nervous. Number 11. Port Vale or Bristol. Come on, be Leeds. I don't mind that one. Port Vale or Bristol are at home to. Come on, Mr. Joe Cole. Number 3. Sunderland. Another away tie for Sunderland, but a very winnable game for Sunderland. Is it going to be Leeds? Come on. 13, Newcastle. Don't be Leeds. Do not be Leeds. Newcastle are at home to. Don't be 16. Do not be 16. Don't be 16. 14. Man City, Newcastle, Man City. Great tie. Great tie. Great tie. Great tie. Newcastle, Man City. Next ball. 16, Leeds United at home. We've got an home tie. Who've we got? Leeds are at home in the 5th round to... Please don't be. Number 10, Norwich City. Get in. Get in. Leeds are at home to Norwich City. Come on. Quarterfinals. It is on. Leeds versus Norwich City in the 5th round at Ellen Road. What a great tie. Superb. And all of a sudden, the fans who aren't too bothered about the FA Cup will start being bothered. A quarter-final, don't want to jump too far ahead, but a quarter-final is on the horizon. That is a great, great game for Leeds United. A fantastic game for Leeds United. At home to Norwich City. Get in there. I am buzzing with that. Let me know in chat what you think. I am buzzing. Mansfield Town of Arsenal. They have Arsenal. That's a great tie for Mansfield Town. Fair play. Great tie for Mansfield Town. Newcastle, though, having City. One of Big Hitters gets knocked out there. Unfortunately, Arsenal go through. Wolves at home. I'm made up with that. Get in. Wolves are at home too. Liverpool. So Liverpool are going to go through. Arsenal are going to go through to quarters. But one of Newcastle and City is going to go out. That's interesting. I'm made up we've got Norwich at home. I am made up with that. Winnable game at home. Brilliant. Tell you what, we just need it to be an 8 o'clock kickoff now, don't we? I'm made up with that. Yeah, it's got the romantic side of it with being Farker. Number 5, Wrexham. Let's see who Wrexham have got. Chelsea, West Ham, Macclesfield or Brentford. They're going to have a Premier League tie because Brentford will win tonight, won't they? Chelsea, West Ham or Brentford. Who've Wrexham got? Number 7, Wrexham have Chelsea at Wrexham. Wow, at the racing ground. Great tie, that. That is a fantastic tie, that one. Fantastic tie. Tell you what, we're all here to know Leeds United have got, and Leeds have drawn Norwich City in the 5th round of the FA Cup, and I am made up with that. Made up. Thanks for your super chat, mate. Thanks so much, Si. Really, really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much, mate. Leeds v Wrexham. It wasn't. In fact, it was Norwich City, which is an easier game than playing Wrexham. And then West Ham have Macclesfield. I love this when this happens. Macclesfield are celebrating. They've still got to beat Brentford tonight. Home, yes, Dave. A lot of people fancied destroying Norwich, and that's who we've got. Once it loads up, I'll get the image on screen as well. Oh, I'm buzzing with that. Getting home game. Got it. Great draw. Have it. Not bad at all. Great draw, says Paul. Big up, boys. Great tie, that almost quarter-final. That's it. Norway Whites. And I know you can't run before you can walk. You don't want to jump too far into things. But the fact that we got through a very difficult game yesterday at Birmingham City to tee up a home tie with Norwich makes it all worthwhile now, doesn't it? You know, it's not away to City. It's not away to Arsenal. It's not away to Chelsea. It's a fixture now that Leeds United, 6 points clear from relegation zone, playing decent stuff this season. After at one point looking like Farker, were on his way out, all of a sudden he's on the cusp of getting Leeds to a quarter-final. And then who knows after that? It's all about the draw, and if you can navigate a little bit of lady luck along the way and you can get deep into the competition, then all of a sudden, Wembley's not too far away. I tell you what, you look at where we are now on 30 points. I believe we'll get 40 plus. There's a conversation here that Leeds get 40 plus points and hit a quarter-final minimum. And what a great season that starts to look. I'm over the moon with that. And I know I've got a lot of WhatsApp messages coming up from boys, and they're not happy with Norwich at home. A lot of them in the away chat wanted an away fixture against someone like a Mansfield, like a Wrexham. I get that. But for us, the more tickets are available. Take our Theo hopefully to Welland Road to watch it as well. He needs to go because he's on a roll. But a home tie against Norwich City is a great tie for Leeds United. 126 likes on this stream. 559 people watching me. That never happens. Smash me a like, please, and subscribe if you're new here. I'd really, really appreciate that. I really would. I'm over the moon with that. That will do it, Will Allen. August is getting. So we could get to the final without playing another Prem side, Millwall style. That can happen. So that can easily happen, mate. This is a joy of the FA Cup. This is the beauty of the FA Cup, and this is why I love the FA Cup. Let me try and get these ties on then. FA Cup 5th round tie, and this is the beauty of the FA Cup. I'm made up with that. Get in there. Brilliant for Farke. It is, Clive. It's a very romantic game for Farke, isn't it? Well, Farke me. Very nostalgic for Daniel. Yes, I'm from Norfolk and love it when we beat them. I must go to this. Yeah, hopefully he can get a ticket for it. Like you say, it's going to give a lot more people the opportunity to go potentially as well, isn't it? So that's great. Oh, I'm made up with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that, guys. I'm happy with that. Hopefully our game will be live on BBC. I'm not sure. There's some really good games in there, Dilip. We've just hit 600 people on stream. Please smash me a like and subscribe. We pump Norwich home. I think so, Wilco Whites. I think we do too. It's a great fixture. And it also has that romantic side, the fact that it's Farke's team, doesn't it? Ex-team. It has that romantic vibe to it. So maybe it will be a BBC game. Who knows? Let me just get it so I can bang this on. Oh, I'm chuffed with that. But Conor McGillen is happy with that. Not bothered with the FA Cup, as he says. Cheers, Matty. Cheers, Pat. We're going all the way here. Who knows? Like I keep saying, I'll keep hammering it, right? A lot of people aren't bothered about the FA Cup. They're going to start being bothered about it if we get past Norwich, which, let's be fair, we'll all be very disappointed if we don't get past Norwich, won't we? Let's be honest with that one. We all fancy us to get past them. And we should do. We should get past Norwich. It's a great tie, that. My group chat's popping off. They're not happy at all. Some of them. They're just like away days too much to some of my mates. Let me try and get this on here then. It's not going to look the best, but it is what it is. Just want it so I've got the ties on there. Yeah, it looks a bit pony, but we'll go with it. Leeds v Norwich. This comes at a right time. Hope we make it to quarterfinals after all these years. Yeah. So how many times we've been knocked out by these poor sides all the time, year after year, not making it past, 3rd and 4th round. And now here we are. Potentially on cusp of a quarterfinal. People said you can't, it's all about staying up. It's about survival. Of course it is. Of course it's about survival. But I think we can go, a step further and maybe get to Wembley. Why not? Sunderland with who? Sunderland, I can't remember. They've got, hold on. Let me get it on here one sec. Let me just get this uploaded to here so we can see the ties. Anyone just drop it in? Leeds have drawn Norwich City at Ellen Road. Finally, a tie at Ellen Road for everyone to be excited about. And I'm sure we all are. We're scrambling for tickets, I'd like to think. Just get that on here. Some great ties in there. Newcastle hosting City as well is a great tie. It's a great tie. So there we go. Like you see, it's not the best there on the right-hand side. It's the quickest one I could get up there. But yes, you've got Fulham playing Southampton. You've got Port Vale or Bristol City, versus Sunderland. You've got Newcastle United versus Man City. You've got Leeds United hosting Norwich City, getting a home tie. Mansfield Town v Arsenal. Great FA Cup tie, that. Brilliant FA Cup tie. Wolves v Liverpool. Unfortunately for Wolves, that's wouldn't have liked to have seen pop up. Wrexham Chelsea, fantastic tie again. And West Ham versus Macclesfield or Brentford. And I'm saying it's going to be Brentford. But it'd be nice if Macclesfield, shock us tonight. We're watching that. Potentially. But yeah, we're at home. And Revy delights, Wembley, we're the famous Leeds United and we're off to Wembley. That got sung a few times yesterday on the terraces of St Andrews, I'm telling you. Don't want to get too ahead of myself, but it's looking good at the minute. Looking very, very good. 3 championship ties in a row, 2 away from home, deal with business, and then we've got 1 at Ellen Road to get to quarterfinals. It's a great run, and we deserve Robert Green, we really do. The Daniel Farke derby, smashing likes, hotly whites. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Mental this. Absolutely mental. Home at last says random guy. Yep. We'll take that, Mr. Foster. Will Tony Clark. Don't want to hear a bad word about Karen. Home tie. Our game will definitely be rearranged. Wondered if it will be able to watch on BBC. Hopefully, be nice. Who do we got? You probably already know Average Joe, but we got Norwich City at Ellen Road. Brilliant fixture. What are the dates of the ties? I'm not too sure. Didn't say on there. If anyone knows, bang it in the chat. There you go. Dave's already on it. Watchers go out to Manfield. No, mate. Can only go out to Norwich now. Smash the likes and subscribe to everyone watching. Cheers, Tony Clark. Craig Smith's over at Moon. That we've got an home tie. Top Banana. We've got what we wanted, a home tie versus Norwich. Might be able to get a ticket for once. Yeah, hopefully Top Banana. Hopefully there'll be a lot of tickets available for people to get to the game who don't normally get there. That's the beauty of the FA Cup. That's the beauty of, even the away games at Birmingham yesterday. Loads of people like myself taking the kids. I was stood next to a bloke, had a 3-year-old son, I think it was. 3-year-old son at his first game, him and his dad and lad at game, 3-year-old. Don't get me wrong, he weren't too focused on football, but he was well behaved, and his dad was absolutely buzzing to have his son at his first game. And that's what the FA Cup provides. It provides, youngsters to get into it and go with their dads at games or the mum or whoever, take your little brother to a game. You can't get tickets for home games in the league. This is an opportunity to get people to Ellen Road who don't normally get there. So it's a great romantic competition as the FA Cup, and I love the FA Cup. As you all know, I know most important thing is that Leeds finish at least 17th. And it's a horrendous sort of vibe is football at the minute where 17th in Premier League is worth more than winning an FA Cup at Wembley. But that's where we are in it. That's where football is now. And I understand there's no point winning an FA Cup if you're in Championship next season. I get that. But I firmly believe we're going to, I'm not saying we're going to win FA Cup, but we can go deep into FA Cup and still stay up. I don't think it's going to jeopardise us. And I know, Okafor got a knock yesterday or maybe a tweak of his hamstring. We'll have to see what Farker says at the presser. But having a decent cup run doesn't mean you're going to get relegated. And I keep hammering that drum. And I know it's a thin squad, but Farker likes it that way. Let's be honest. Farker likes a thin squad. And luckily, the games we've had so far, as tough as yesterday were, and it took us 120 minutes and penalties to get through, which was a shame. And that's more load on the players. They haven't been, top quality of opposition. We haven't had to play our full strength team back to back in the competition yet. You've had to come on and help us get over the line, yes, but we haven't had to play all our starting players. You know what I mean? It was a decent side yesterday, but you do have the opportunity to bring players in, try and give more minutes. Something I said about going out in the League Cup early at Sheff Wednesday, I didn't like that for the reason of a ball now at the time, a Beal at the time, Calvert-Lewin, who weren't getting many minutes around that time, to go out that early denies them another game or two. So yeah, we went out in League Cup at first early. It's so nice. I'm so excited that we've got a relatively nice fixture. And I don't want to, say Norwich have no chance, but I'm gonna. At Ellen Road, you're going to have to be a hell of a team to come to Ellen Road and beat us. And I just fancy yourself to beat Norwich. He's always, an upset in the FA Cup. Maybe it's tonight and not when we play at the beginning of March. But it's a great romantic cup tie. The Farker against his old club. We've had some great tussles with Norwich over years, but we are a Premiership side now, aiming to stay up and become established. And I think that's what we'll do. Norwich, unfortunately for them, are in a bit of a rut. Gone down, parachute payments gone, and now they're just a mediocre mid-championship side, whereas they were always at least towards the top end of the championship. They're not that no more. So we have a great opportunity now to get to a quarter-final. Evening, Matty. Hey up, Seamus. Hey up, everyone. 614 people watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, man. Really, really do. Leeds v Sunderland final, says Ian. I tell you what, really interesting. Obviously, it's not long, it's 3 weeks away from these ties, 2-3 weeks away. Be really interested to see what the makeup of the side is by then. Does Perry come back out for the league games and come back in for the FA Cup? Or did Perry do enough yesterday? And I am a massive Perry fan, but honestly, I held my hands up yesterday. Fantastic. And if you want to put him in this weekend, I think he'll be full of confidence. So we'll have to see what Farker does there. But Perry will definitely, I think, remain in goal for all the FA Cup games based on yesterday and based on, maybe he even gets back in the side anyway, being the big money signing he was, showing his capabilities yesterday. If it wasn't for Perry yesterday, we lose that game. That's how vital he was. But that's how poor we were, that our man at match were Perry, our goalkeeper, against the Championship side. What I do want to say on this stream, though, is I want to give massive credit to Birmingham yesterday and say they look a Premier League side in the waiting, to be fair. They look a Premier League club. Obviously, side personnel has to change. You're not quite at that level yet. But you look at everything I saw yesterday as an opposition fan travelling to Birmingham. I was very impressed with Birmingham. The setup, the stadium, the fans. Best. I've been to 6 or 7 away games this season. Best home support I've seen at any game. I've been to Anfield, been to Chelsea, been to Arsenal. Best home support I've seen was yesterday at Birmingham. So if any Birmingham fans see this video or stumble across it, honestly, well played yesterday. You deserve to go through. Luckily, it's us in the hat and we've got a very favourable draw. Nice to catch you live, Matty, at home tight. Am I dreaming? BFL UFC, you ain't dreaming, pal. You ain't dreaming. We're at home. We are at home. Put your pajamas on, your slippers, and get relaxed, mate. You don't have to go out on 3rd to 6th of March whenever we play. You get to just sit at home and relax. Depends whether Leeds will make you relax, but yeah. Home vibes, mate. Very nice. I tell you what, Tristan, that's exactly what I was thinking. Home's great. Get those bloody floodlights on for us as well. Get those floodlights on. And you may as well not turn up Norwich City. 3rd to 6th, Dave. I don't know what day it is, but 3rd to the 6th of those games. So it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, won't it? Random guy. I've got to send me for Wembley. Me too, mate. Me too. Can you imagine Leeds Sunderland final? That would be unreal. Leeds Chelsea. Imagine not being Leeds. Catso, you know it, mate. Imagine. Gibson, what evening all. Nice to have a cup run. It is, mate. Hey up, Paul. Calgary calling. Matty and Norwich at home. Fark derby, and we win that. Temps going down to -27 here and 50 centimetres of snow coming. FFS. Home tight is my sunshine draw, pal. Our lass loves your cheeky young'un. Cheers, Paul. Yeah, I'm sure that my young'un would love your lass, mate, if he'd met her. Yeah, he's full of life, full of beans, and he loves it. Give a few of them yesterday, which I don't mind at football. Some people are a bit, not too sure on that, but it is what it is. Let him loose at football. He's a good kid, does well at school, enjoys his football, and loves Leeds United. What more do you want? If I could have made a son, I've got 3 sons and a daughter, but if I could have made a son in lab, he'd be pretty close to our Theo. He's a good kid, isn't he? My mum supports Norwich City, half a Bushby. Wow. I'm buzzing, Axel. I'm buzzing. And again, I'm getting way ahead of myself. It's an FA Cup game, 5th round. But this, for Leeds fans, it's starting to feel like uncharted territory. I'm not saying we've never been there before. Of course we have. Been there plenty of times. But of recent memory, it's been embarrassment going out to lower league oppositions. Back-to-back away games at Derby and Birmingham City. Leeds don't get past them normally. Leeds don't get past them. It's not what we do. Getting Norwich, says Roger. Sorry, everyone. I've got a bit of cold as well, so sorry for sniffing. 282 likes, 649 people watching. Smash that like for us, please. It really helps the channel. I really appreciate you doing it. Thank you. What day will it be on? 3rd to the 6th. Not too sure on the date. I do wonder what Alan Partridge thought of the draw. Hey up, Angela. Yeah, call Leeds there will be, but more of an opportunity for others to get one. And as you've seen with me taking my boy to the first 2 rounds, it's massive at FA Cup, and he can get youngsters into it. My son's fallen. He already loved Leeds. Watched him on TV. Been to a couple of games at Ellen Road, only a couple. But he's fallen in love with Leeds, and that's from going to Derby and Birmingham. And when I say falling in love, absolutely. My boy, 6-year-old, is besotted with our club. And that's what the FA Cup's done for him. I don't care what anybody says. The FA Cup has made my boy fall in love with Leeds 10 times more than he did before that Derby game. Loves it. Cheers, Nige. Can the league lovers get behind the cup? Roger, that's me, mate. And I understand it. I'm not daft. He can't have an FA Cup run and get relegated. That can't happen. But that doesn't have to happen. 40 points. Can we get 10 points from next 12 games? Of course we can. We're going to get more than 40 points. And I ain't no happy clapper, trust me. I just envisage Leeds being able to continue with that point per game ratio. So there's every chance we get to 42 points and at least a quarter final. Unbelievable. Of course it is, Blakely. You've got to look at it. You've got to. And no matter what anybody says, and I know the players would always play it down. You ask Farky, you ask the players now, going to be a very difficult game. We're going to have to be at our best. Truth be known, we don't have to be at our best to beat Norwich. We weren't at our best to beat Birmingham. And I think Birmingham are better than Norwich. And that were away from home. So we don't have to be at our best for Norwich. We'll do all as, best to make sure we're in form. Again, it's another opportunity to bring a few players in who need to perform. Maybe Farker looks at it now and thinks, actually, there's a bit more riding on this than there were against Birmingham. We are actually bothered. We've got a decent game now. Maybe a Tanaka, maybe a Buenanotte, maybe a Pino. These players didn't do enough. Maybe we go full strength against Norwich. And that'll stress a few people out. But it is what it is. We're now in a competition where we look like we could go further. And the players will always try and play it down. But there's no way have the players not got an eye on the quarterfinal. You get an home tie there. Again, avoid one or two big uns. And a couple of big uns are going to go out next round, especially, either City or Newcastle. They've got each other in a great tie. Brilliant. And if I'm honest, this is a bit of a wild one, but I don't know if it's wild. Let me know what you think. Wrexham at home at Chelsea. There's no guarantee Chelsea go through in that fixture for me. None at all. Chelsea are going to struggle at Wrexham. Might be doing well now, but not to come Welling Road for me. Not to come Welling Road. They couldn't beat us when we were in Championship under Farker, could they? It's not in those guys, sorry. Gangrene. I'm coming home from Porto for that weekend. Hopefully, game might end up being a Sunday as I'm travelling back on the Friday, Saturday. Yeah, hopefully you can get there, Gangrene. Hopefully. Yeah, to be fair, Freddie, I agree on that one, mate. I agree. Mansfield, Arsenal, it's a great fixture. Honestly, as a kid growing up, I loved BBC, FA Cup weekends, watching these big scalps. Problem was, as I grew and got older, Leeds used to be the scalp. We were the bloody scalp. We'd be the one that get picked off against the lower league opposition. Brilliant draw that by David Wood. It is. I can't say no more than that. It's a fantastic draw. So I've got a lot of my friends not happy about it because I wanted, a better tie, a Wrexham, a Mansfield, something a bit more romantic of the FA Cup. But that Farker link with Norwich makes it that little bit romantic. And it's a winnable game and it's at home. And I'm buzzing with that. There's some fantastic ties, Freddie. I think, honestly, Fulham, Southampton, who knows? You'd back Fulham. The Port Vale, Bristol, I think Sunderland come through that. Newcastle City's a brilliant tie. Brilliant tie. Like I say, Leeds Norwich is a great tie, I think, as well. I think it's a decent tie. Mansfield Arsenal, superb. That'll definitely be on TV. Wolves Liverpool, it's all Prem tie, but it's not a great all Prem tie. Is that the only two all Prem ties out of that? Although I think West Ham will face Brentford as well, but we'll see what Macclesfield do tonight. But yeah, Wrexham Chelsea, that's a great tie. That great tie. They were well out of it yesterday, but I don't want to put too much blame on the players. I don't want to blame Farker. You know what it is with that yesterday? I went to the game and I came away relieved we'd got through. But what I will say is Farker got a bit wrong yesterday. But the players on the pitch have to take accountability. But what I will say is your Buenanotes, your Tanakas, your Nontos, who were way off it yesterday, haven't had much game time. They haven't even been getting pockets of time, in the lead up to that game. Tanaka had been an unused sub for free. Buenanote weren't in the squad a couple of games ago. It's hard to come into a game. You look at it and go, Birmingham away, Championship side, they should be good enough, even cold. I get that. But there ain't much of a gap in terms of league. 16 league positions between us, 15 league positions between us. Like, you get an informed Championship side against a side towards the bottom end of the Championship who don't win away from home, bearing in mind. Only one away from home, bar Derby in the Cup. Two wins away from home this season. Bit of a level of that if you bring that effort and make it a bit of a cauldron of noise, which they did Birmingham. So that was it. I wasn't surprised that we struggled yesterday, but we got through. But 100%, if any of those players mentioned there, Roger, have any hope of featuring in the league, if they get an opportunity again in the Cup in a few weeks' time, they need to take it, because it's all about taking your moment under Farker, because you don't get many opportunities to get minutes, especially if you're one of those players that aren't really one of his favourites. You struggle for minutes, whether it's 10 minutes off a bench, 5 minutes off bench, or you're starting in an FA Cup tie. You've got to come in there and do your utmost to keep your shirt. None of them boys did it yesterday. It's such an easy decision for Farker come Aston Villa for me to put all the regulars back in. It really is. Just want to say 770 people tuned in now. I've never had more than 550, I don't think, on here. So this is mental. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe and please smash a like. It really helps the channel out. Anyone knows I used to panic getting over 50 in here only about 3-4 months ago. So this is a bit of a mad one. You cannot sack Farker if he wins the FA Cup. I actually think you're getting to a point, Richard, where I know these people still say there's a decision to make and a conversation in summer. I don't think there is no more. I don't think there is. We stay up. I don't think we're going to scrape it either. We stay up and we're clear to a degree, and we hit the quarterfinals as a minimum. What more can Farker do? It's a great time to be a Leeds fan for me now. And the fact that I'm even on here doing a watch-along reaction for an FA Cup draw goes to show you how I feel about the club. I'm not doing this on a gimmick. It's not a piss take. I genuinely think if the draw's lucky to us, which it has been, we can go deep in this. Avoid City or Arsenal, we can get to a final and get to Wembley. We can get Leeds United, for me, and anyone who wants him before, I ain't no happy clapper. I wanted Farker sacked after Forest. Wanted him gone. I was one of them. I wanted him gone. I wanted first people on this platform to say I wanted him gone. What a turnaround. What a turnaround from the man. We've had a new manager bounce without having to replace Farker. And now he's on the cusp of a quarter-final in the FA Cup. Something managers better than Farker haven't managed to do. And that's credit to him with a small squad, with players who we brought in who are injury-prone and don't, let's be fair, I've had a couple of seasons. We know we talk about Metcher, DCL. You know, there's a lot of players in there we brought in who you're risking coming into a side what's a small squad based on the injury history of these players. And now we're on cusp of a quarter-final. I mean, does anyone actually think it? I'm not saying it won't be an hard game. It's got elements to it. Who knows? But does anyone actually think we'll go out to Norwich at Ellen Road? I think away from home, it's a different tie. I think it always is. I think if we played Birmingham at Ellen Road yesterday, I personally think we beat Birmingham at Ellen Road. Obviously, you know, it took us to penalties to beat them at St Andrews. But at Ellen Road, we all know we're a different beast. And I only see top Premier League sides beating us at Ellen Road this season. I don't think anyone comes to Ellen Road and gets an easy ride. They don't. So for me, I don't foresee how they can come to Ellen Road and beat us, Norwich. Roger, my eye is firmly on every single thing Leeds United do, mate. League, cup, everything. I'm embedded in the club. I love it. I absolutely love the club. I won't take my eye off the league. You know what I'm like. But we can do both. We can do both. I tell you what, if we were in West Ham's position, now I know it's only 6 points, but if we were 18th, 19th, might be a different conversation. But I've seen people in my chat in the last week or so talk about wanting to lose to Birmingham at the weekend. I think after that draw, all of a sudden, these select few start changing their mind. I am an old-fashioned romantic. Always love the FA Cup. This is a great draw for us, mate. 100%. Good morning from New Zealand. Hey up, Coburn Fern. Good morning to you too, my mate. Good morning to you too. James Justin's equaliser was sublime. Yeah. Also, for those in the squad, it's a chance against Norwich to show why they should be considered for the final few games of the season. Well, they're going to have to play a lot better than they did at Birmingham, Gangeen, aren't they? They really are. Nobody yesterday played their way into a starting spot from the outside the regulars. Top man, cheers, Beefy. Cheers, my mate. I'm absolutely buzzing with that draw. I was coming on here expecting first number to be Arsenal, then Leeds straight after, thinking, well, this was pointless. Everyone's going to be fuming. Be great if the two captains of the finals intro all their team for TV on final day, as they did in the 70s. Class, man. Big class. Yeah, Wolves have got no chance. Absolutely no chance. Take what comes, doesn't matter. 4 more wins until Europe. That's how I keep seeing it, Chris. We keep going on about survival, and obviously that is the main aim, as Farker and everybody else would say. But like you look at it and go, 4 wins till Europe, you know. And I know it's not as easy as that. You know, you can't see the fixtures. You don't know who you've got. I get that. But it is literally 4 wins till Europe. Now, imagine if we get a quarter-final and it's not a City and it's not an Arsenal, it's not a Chelsea, and even if it's another Premier League side, and you look at that and you go, wow, it's another game here we could do, and then you're in semis, then all of a sudden the whole city's talking about it, let's be honest, if they're not already. And I'm going to do my best to keep banging that FA Cup drum. Boom, boom, boom. Let's not lose what makes the English game great. Making memories matter. Your lad will remember these away days for life. Honestly, random guy, it will, mate. It will. Kids should go to the game. Next generation made me love my team. Thank you, Dad, and my sons have done the same with their sons. Class, Revy delights, and that's what it's all about, football. And I understand it's so difficult to get kids into the stadium now, get them in to watch the games. But when you have the opportunity to do it, brilliant. And this is a massive opportunity. Massive opportunity to do that. Got to be confident against anyone at home, except Arsenal. Yeah, Beefy. I'd take Arsenal in final right now, and I'm sure we all would. Yeah, Charlie, Histon, Crawley, wasn't it? Mark Wright. Bloody Towie comes on as a sub and beats us. Proper Leeds fan, I'm impressed. Best online. Cheers, Lloyd. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much, pal. Just a Leeds fan like rest of us. Lucky enough to have been born in Leeds, and you know I live just outside now at Allen Bywater, but grew up 10 minutes from stadium, you know, in Old Farnley, not too far, straight down Ring Road, past Matalan, and you're there to Ellen Road. So yeah, and I get to every game I can possibly get to, and the away games are a bit of a recent bonus, but getting to a fair few at minute, and it's just class. Absolutely bleed this club, as I'm sure you all do. Buonanotte was poor yesterday, shows that he needs more time. I tell you what, though, Top Banana, I think he played out of position. For me, he was playing a bit more defensively. He was in that midfield three, and I don't think it suited him at all. But every time, every time he got the ball, he lost the ball so many times. He just looks so cold, so rusty. And the only way you get through ring rust is by playing. And honestly, Top Banana, I'd be shocked if he kicks another ball until this next FA Cup tie. I'll be shocked if he comes on against Villa. If he comes on against City, I'd be gobsmacked. And Buonanotte is a top operator when in his pomp. Probably technically, potentially best player in squad, technical wise. I think he's a cracking player. Still young. Massive adversity he's going through right now. I actually felt when we signed him, great for Leeds United, a poor move for Buonanotte to get minutes for a World Cup spot in Argentina. He ain't going to go to World Cup for me, Buonanotte. I don't think he's going to get the minutes to do it. So I feel for him a little bit, but this is football, isn't it? City, Sunderland, Norwich, all at home in the next 2 weeks. Come on, Leeds. Hey up, Alec. Bowling, Matt, good draw for Leeds United in Cup Norwich. It's a brilliant draw for us. Brilliant draw. And I'm really like, as a neutral, I really like the Wrexham v Chelsea game. That's a belter, that. That is an absolute belter. Get one UK. Thanks so much, mate. Thank you, pal, for your super chat. Imagine doing a shift today and then playing in tonight's game. I'll be vexed, but good luck to Macclesfield. Can lightning strike twice? Yeah, massive luck to Macclesfield. Tough game for Brentford. Haven't seen Brentford's lineup. Don't know if they've gone strong or what, but big brilliant to see Macclesfield win. This is why I love the FA Cup. It gives lower league opposition a chance to pit themselves against the best, and it'd be amazing if Macclesfield won. It really would, and it makes the next draw a little bit easier for down the line if the more big hitters that get knocked out. Do me a favor, guys. 380 likes, 760 watching. This is crazy. 760 people watching. Please like the video and please subscribe, because I'm sure there'll be loads of new people on here who have never seen my ugly mug before. I really appreciate the support. What's the away end like for the FA Cup at Ellen Road? It'll be 20% of our ground, Finley. So you may have to, when we saw it against Harrogate, didn't we, last season? What I will say is you're going to see, so you've got 37,000. You're going to see 6,000 potential tickets for Norwich. So you'll probably see them have the corner of the West Stand. Someone else might tell me when I get down there in the chat something different, but I'm expecting the corner of the West Stand and round and half a South Stand gone. They'll take half a South Stand, which is a little bit of a level, but this is the joy of the FA Cup, you see. It gives the away sides a little bit more advantage than it would if it was a league game. So they won't just get the West Stand, as they normally do, or, that section of the West Stand, top and bottom. They'll get, I reckon, maybe half a South Stand, which we know is our big one. It's where our atmospheres drove from. The South Stand is the best stand in English football. In English football, without question. So that's an interesting one. How Ellen Road cope and adapt with that. But in my eyes, they're going to get close. They're going to get 6,000 in my eyes, maybe more. I don't know if it's bang on 20% or if it's capped, but I've always been taught it's 20% of the home capacity. So it could be 6-1, could be over 6,000. And they will travel, will Norwich, because their big games have gone. They aren't a side anymore vying for promotion, really, in my eyes. Sorry, guys, I am harnessing a cold, as you can see. When did we get to the last 8? Rambler Gambler, I am actually too short. It feels like it's been a lifetime ago, doesn't it? It really does. I think so, Boland. Absolutely no chance. I think so. Going to be tough against Villa. Jack, it's going to be a really tough game at Villa. Going to be interesting to see how we line up. Villa haven't been great at home of late, but if Villa turn up, then it will be a tough game. But away from home at the minute, I back us to go there and fight for the points. We will fight for the points at Villa. It weren't great at Birmingham yesterday, but we ain't going to put that level of performance out for me against Villa. But if they are clinical, Villa, and they turn up and perform at the best, it'll be a tough night for Leeds United. But it was a tough night for however long at Chelsea, an hour, wasn't it? And we still got a point at Chelsea. So you best believe Leeds can go to Villa and make an impact. And then at home against City, Make sure it gets dark. 5:30 kickoff. Get those floodlights on, and we'll see what comes. I firmly believe we can get something out of these next two, but it's not the end of the world if we don't. I think by the time this FA Cup game comes round, we've got a few more points in the table too. Evening, Matty, up that Leeds lad. We will take Norwich at home, mate. We will take Norwich at home. Who do you think we will get next? MOT. Well, after Norwich, are you already looking that far ahead? We beat them already. I don't know. Depends who else comes through them. It's nice to see one of Newcastle and City going out. Arsenal will go through as much as the tie against Mansfield is romantic. But also the Wrexham v Chelsea. That for me is the pick of the ties for me. Wrexham at home against Chelsea. What a tie that is. Will Delia be doing cooking at Ellen Road? Let's be having you. Let's be having you. Come on, Delia. Love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Palace did it, won the FA Cup and stayed up. They did. Gomez, they did. I know Palace are an established Premier League side. They haven't just come up, so there's a bit more context to be applied there. But they did, and we will do the same. Well, we won't win the FA Cup. I'm not going to say we're going to win the FA Cup right now. Who knows? But we will stay up, and we'll see where we are and how the draw sort of navigates. Norwich scum are out than they are. George Gray, first time watching you, like a breath of fresh air. Well done and thanks. Thanks, George, man. Thank you so much. Hopefully you'll be back to watch many more, mate. Anyone who doesn't watch, every Friday night at 10 p.m, we have a show called Late Night Leeds. Do us a favour after this. If you're scratching around for content in the next couple of days, go back and watch last Friday's Late Night Leeds. It's not irrelevant because we've played the game we were talking about. Go watch it. There's a Leeds. We do a Leeds quiz every week. We've got little bits and pieces, fun games, banter. 10 o'clock, I love it. Late Night Leeds on a Friday. If first time you've seen me, make sure Friday nights at 10 o'clock you clear schedule. Leeds were so quiet yesterday, pouring everything from their way. Twix, I don't know if you're a Leeds fan, mate, but I don't know what you were listening to. Leeds and weren't poured at all yesterday. Don't get me wrong, yeah? There's going to be moments in a game that Leeds our fans expect to go and beat the Championship side. That's just where it is in terms of league position. There were a few nerves, but Leeds were great in that away end yesterday. Great. But so were the home support. It was a great battle between the home and away fans. It really was. But Leeds weren't quiet yesterday at all. There's been this thing going around on social media today saying Leeds were poor. We weren't poor away at all. It was a great away support, as always. Imagine Arsenal in the final and we beat them. Man can dream. Jack, man can dream. Man can dream. FA Cup's all about dreams. Blakely, I didn't, mate. So I'm just in a WhatsApp group. I've got a couple of mates who are away season ticket holders. How lucky are they? Gold dust, about 800 of them in existence. One of my mates lives up road from me. He's a away season ticket holder. And I'm just fortunate that when a couple of those lads can't go, I'm next in line for a ticket. I've tried for the ballot Blakely for about 5 away games this season, not got any. I was stood next to a bloke yesterday who applied for 4 tickets and got all 4 in the ballot. How mad's that? You look at draw, but I'm just lucky. I've just got a friend up road, mate, who's been following Leeds for 20 odd years with his dad. Unbelievable. Coming to Leeds from Canada, and I will see the game against Sunderland, and now I will try for the Norwich ticket and see Leeds twice in a week. Mosh, best of luck with that, mate. Best of luck. I hope to God you get both tickets. That would be incredible if you could. I'll tell you what, that's something I missed from the Championship. Believe it or not, I missed some elements of the Championship. I love the Saturday, Tuesday, Sunday, Wednesday. You know, when you get 2 games in a week at Ellen Road. Because Ellen Road's my haven. I love it. Life gets tough at times. Life's tough. We all have stuff going on. You know, it's hard. Even if you've got a good life, you get bogged down sometimes, you know, just with workload and family life and everything. Ellen Road is the place I go, and it's my little selfish time, my little time. To get it twice in a week, it's like the best week of your life, especially if it goes well for us. And in the Championship, it did mosh. And I tell you what, I firmly expect us to beat Sunderland at Ellen Road, and I expect us to beat Norwich too, so it could be a great one. Matty is born and bred, respect. Cheers, Johnny. Can't help where you're born, but you can help who you support. Leeds is the best. You know that. When you back up the East Stand, pal, well, I haven't got a ticket for City as yet. I didn't get one in ballot, so I'm going to try and pull my strings and see. But because I haven't been getting them when I've been queuing up, boss, like I normally do when I select East Upper, because I like to have that view. And when I have been in ballot, I've been getting loads all over. I've been at West Stand, I've been in Cop, so you can look at draw them. But currently, I haven't got one for City. Teesside Whites, home draw at last. Yes, David. I've seen that random guy, and he should be watching Bogle too. That right back spot, if you got Livramento, James, you've got a few in there, don't get me wrong, Trent. Bogle should be getting watched by Tuchel. And obviously DCL is, that's Bogle's a surprise there. DCL's not a surprise. He should be not only looking at DCL, DCL should be a given for me that he's going to World Cup. Bogle, on the other hand, is an outside dark horse, and I think he deserves to be at least looked at, like you say, random guy. He's been a revelation. Top of the says 797 and 397. It'll gone up a bit more now, class. 449 likes, pushing for 500. Really appreciate that. Arsenal with an easy draw. NP, yes. Compared to yourself, it is an easy draw. Lowest ranked side, I think, left in competition in Mansfield, but it's an exciting tie for a neutral. Gomez gang, I did say it on a Leeds YouTube channel that Farke will eclipse Bielsa's record at Leeds, and that Bogle and Calvert-Lewin had a chance of making England squad. According to Jer, he is coming to Leeds. My good old mate Jer. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I mean, Bielsa finished 9th for Leeds. Is Farke going to go beyond 9th? I would personally say he's not going to go past 9th, but what I do think he can do, I think next season can be a better season than what we had under Bielsa and whoever else, came in. I think we won't finish as high this season, obviously, as 9th, but I think there's scope under Farke to have a better second season and establish yourself. And then after that, we'll see where we go. We'll see where we go and who we need to take us to that next level. But under Farke, it's going swimmingly, Gomez. I can't argue with any of it in a minute. And I did want him gone after Forest. I've said that. I wanted Farke gone earlier in the season. But since City at half-time, revelation. That man deserves to be here. Yeah, they're doing good in FA Cup. Yeah, but Ellen Road, it's Ellen Road, Ella. Ellen Road, we know what Ellen Road's like. Longstaff were poor yesterday, Stephen. Very poor. But again, not played many minutes. It's hard, I think, to expect 4 or 5 players to come in who are cold and perform at a level just because it's a championship proposition. And we saw so many players yesterday underperform. But I put it down to just being cold. Wembley. I'm being daft as a brush because we're nowhere near Wembley. But we can dream, can't we? We can dream. I did Gavin and it got me really excited. James Trafford isn't happy about being at City, but he's always going to play second fiddle to best keeper in the world in Donnarumma. But then again, after yesterday, Penny was best keeper in the world yesterday. And I'm not a Penny fan. He was brilliant yesterday, though, wasn't he? But James Trafford interview, yeah. I think he leaves in summer. They'll bring him back up and I think he'll move on. It's too good to be second choices, is Trafford. Problem was, Trafford get a lot of stick for his interview. You're at City, Donnarumma, you can't expect to play. Problem is, they told him we were going to be number 1. That's quite evident. He came into City expecting to be number 1. And then obviously they bring Donnarumma in, which I don't think were ever planned. It's just one of those, a bit like Leeds with Strand Larsen, different level, obviously. But if something becomes available, we'll keep his eye on the market. And Donnarumma, they could afford him, was a signing City couldn't do without. So it's just put him in a dodgy position. Hopefully we can get him. Aston Villa are being rumoured with Trafford, by the way. Yeah, Tom, we ain't going to have a clear path to Trafford. That's for sure. But depending who comes in for him, Leeds can probably offer him a starting spot. But then it comes down to financials. But it'll be on decent money at City, and that's not good enough for him. So it comes down to who's his competition. And if his competition's a Darlow, maybe a Perry, then maybe he'll come Leeds. But I think it's probably not going to happen, Trafford. But again, any sort of decent calibre of player that we, as fans, would like next season to kick on will all be dependent on how we finish the season and where we finish the season. And a quarter-final minimum for FA Cup, get past Norwich, and a healthy end to the season with a healthy gap over that bottom 3, which could happen, and I think does happen. All of a sudden, it opens doors to the next quality of player for me, the next bracket of player from what a newly promoted side or a side scraping safety gets. DJ going to be playing more than 5 or 6 of the remaining games of the season. I think so, Jonathan, but I think as a bench player, I would be surprised if he didn't get majority of games now off the bench. I think he'll see the pitch every game, pretty much, Jonathan. Depends on game state. Obviously, subs aren't guaranteed to come on. Depends how the game is. But with James, he's got the attacking impetus to go get you a goal when you need it. But he's also an hard worker and can do the defensive stuff that you'd want of a right winger playing in a free up to, across that front line. And he will offer you a bit more protection, but he can also play as a right wing back if needed. And you want it to go all out attack. I think he'll play game time, and he's got the trust of Farke, which Farke's all about trust. JW, just found your channel. Proper fans take on thing. Love MOT from Ireland. Thanks, JW. Thanks so much, mate. I don't want to say all about being a proper fan. I'm sure everyone in chat's a proper fan and everyone on YouTube's a proper fan. But I don't live too far from stadium and I get to as many games as I can. If that means something to anybody, brilliant. If it doesn't, great. We're all Leeds fans. We love it. But I've got a Yorkshire accent for sure. A bit bunged up today. I'm just excited. We're doing well in league. And, you know, I've watched the side scrape through yesterday. And it's not always about playing well. Sometimes you get more from underperforming, but getting through because good sides find a way. And somehow yesterday, we found a way to get through a tie that we had no chance of winning really on the basis of what I saw in the 120 minutes. Had no right to win that game, but we found a way. And that's brilliant. Evening, Maya, Richard. I didn't, Dave. I didn't, mate. I didn't. Anyone saying our fans were quiet yesterday wants to turn their TV up, lol. I watched it and heard you lot most of the way through. Home fans were great too. Honestly, fantastic atmosphere, home and away. The best home fans I've seen as an away visiting fan this season. Blakely, why do you prefer the East Upper? I don't like sitting up there. The atmosphere lets it down in my opinion. Tell you what, Blakely, look at me. Whatever row I'm on in the East Upper, there's atmosphere because I'm on it. I'm an idiot. I can't help myself. I'm up, I'm down, I'm loud, I'm leery. I can't help it. I'm watching my team, but it's the view. I like the view. I like the leg room. You know, if I get put in West Stand or I get put in East Lower on the ballot, I'm 6'3" nearly, so it's a bit of a tough one. But if I'm sitting, the East Upper's great for comfort. But it's the view. You know, I come on YouTube. I've got a channel, obviously. I come on YouTube. I talk about the game. It's so much easier. And when I go to away games, I have that atmosphere stood up and, you know, raucous thing. But wherever I am, I've been in every stand, bar, south stand this season. I'm not bothered. I just want to be at the game, Blakely. I don't want to be on YouTube when the games are out. Ideally, I want to be at the game. If I'm on YouTube and the game's on, it's because I've not been able to get a ticket. And I've done watch-alongs and I'll continue to do watch-alongs when I'm not at the game. But ideally, I will get myself to the game. Finances depending and obviously availability depending. But I do like the East Upper, Blakely. If anyone's not been up in the East Upper and they think it's not, it's a lot better, I think, than what people think it is. And I do enjoy it up there. But anywhere in Ellen Road is a good view because you're watching boys. I'm not bothered. All boxed up. Hit the like button, people. Thank you so much. Roger Priestley is a season ticket holder. He used to sit with his granddad for about 20 years. Gone to a game with his granddad for 20 years. His granddad passed away a couple of years ago, so it's been a bit of a transitional thing watching his granddad's ticket go to someone else and have that emotional connection with Leeds gone. But he goes, sits where next to where his granddad sat, and he continues going, loves it. He's in the cop, halfway up that middle, that right behind goal. He's about a couple of rows and a few seats away from LUFC Lewis. He sits near him. So yeah, he's a season ticket holder. Lucky bugger. Newcastle won't beat City. Arthur, maybe not. And let's be fair on that basis. City and Arsenal, if they avoid each other, are the final. That is the way it will go if they avoid each other and draw. But it's a great tie. City will have to go full strength to beat Newcastle. Newcastle will have to go full strength to beat City. It's a great tie. But I don't expect Newcastle to win, no. But there's scope there for it to happen. It's a harder game for City than it is playing Mansfield. Brentford win 3-0 tonight. Yeah, potentially. Come on, Gunnar, says Phil, baby. Do they do season ticket? Yeah, of course I do. Listen to this, Blakely, right? So I was at a game this season. I can't remember which game it was. And I was a member, sat in East Upper, and I had a ticket of a friends of the people next to me. One of them couldn't go. I had 2 season ticket holders next to me from Norway. Actually, with this side, 2 season ticket holders from Norway. Norway Whites, man. Other side, 2 season ticket holders from Northern Ireland. Not members who come to odd game, fucking season ticket holders. And I had one of their tickets. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Northern Ireland lads couldn't come to the game. So that went up for, out to the members on the ballot, and I were lucky enough to get it. But how amazing do you think that was to sit there and have a chat with Norwegians, Northern Irish, season ticket holders, travel to every game. Doesn't matter if there's a 3-day gap between games, home, back foot game, taking days off work, not bothered. The misses when we got together, just so you know, Leeds United, it's up there. It's number 1 as it stands. And that will come before certain stuff. And they make that travel and the finances in that. Not only will have a season ticket, which costs a bit, don't get me wrong, you know, I'm sure it does. 600-700 quid, whatever it is, I'm not sure, depending where you sat. The flights, the accommodation, the fuel, unbelievable. Unbelievable. The effort of Leeds, and I know there'll be other clubs have this, but we've got it. And how good's that we've got that? We've got fans from Norway who are season ticket holders. My God. I prefer East Upper, says Dave. Get to see the whole game. Of course, you know, bird's eye view, I'll sit anywhere, but East Upper for me. Yeah, I do enjoy East Upper, mate. Tom says, I've only sat in East Upper once, and it was against Chelsea. Wednesday night in the winter, we lost 5-1 in the League Cup. It was so cold, it was brutal with the elements. Of course, the elements being brutal, 5-1 loss, it's not going to have the impact. But then again, a 5-1 loss anywhere in stadium is going to feel shit. So, yeah, if that's your only time up there, I feel for you. But it's a great view, really is. And with members, with ballots, there's craziness up in that East Upper as well. It's not just prawn sandwiches, trust me. It's not just prawn bloody sandwiches. Don't think I could do. Yeah, the stairs are a killer, but what they've done is with all the mosaics. If you watch any of my match day vlogs when I'm in the East Upper, I have loads of my match day vlogs at Ellen Road. I've been up there, and you see the walk up the stairs, murals, all paintings, you know, floor after floor. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it, mate. I love it. That's mental every other week. Mad in it, Blakely. Unbelievable. That's what we are, though. It's Leeds, isn't it? We're massive. We're massive, nearly as big as me. Look at the size of me. Oh, bloody 18 stone. Big lad. 11 flights of stairs. Have you counted every step as well, Dave? Come on, Leeds. Gail, Norwich at home in the 5th round of the FA Cup gives us a huge opportunity to get to that quarter-final. Huge opportunity. It's on screen, Matthew. It's on screen. Mansfield away. A nice tie there. Romantic tie. FA Cup sort of tie. Massive tie for Mansfield. Mansfield don't expect to win a quarter-final. What a game for Mansfield. What an earner for Mansfield. Brilliant. Only sat there once, Hospitality. Yeah, Hospitality's up there, innit? Newcastle start of year. 0-0. I was up there that day too, mate. I'm an old cop, mate. Not wrong with cop. Love the cop, I do. Bloody brilliant stand. Banana, if I breathe in difficulties, but I make it slowly. My bad. Let's go. Let's go indeed. But yeah, Norwich at home in next round is a fantastic draw for Leeds United. And if we don't make the quarterfinals, we've done something wrong. Simple as. If we have to bow out the FA Cup, I want it to be against, you know, the eventual winners of the Cup. I don't want to go out to a lower league opposition. And I had people on here saying, I aren't bothered if we get beat by Birmingham. I question your loyalty to club if you're not bothered if we get beat by Birmingham. I get you're more bothered potentially about a league position. I get that. That's unfortunately, it's all about Premier League status these days, and the romantic vibes of a Wembley and lifting silverware comes second fiddle to being a middle Premier League side, 15, 14, 13. That comes before. I get that. It's just the way football is these days. But if you're wanting us to get knocked out, I've got to question you a little bit. And I understand injuries and load on players. I get that. But we're going for promotion last year with more games. We're all right. We're doing well. We're good. We didn't have a run in League Cup. We saved ourselves a couple of rounds in League Cup, didn't we? Leeds will go all the way, John. Let's see who we get next round. I know we've got to get past Norwich. And I'm not going to be sorry for saying we will get past Norwich. I'm not. And I may end up with egg in my face in a few weeks' time. I just don't foresee how that happens. I know how many steps there are, actually. Fucking loads. Telly Halkias, mate, in the Riviera. I was a young one. The terraces at Ellen Road were unreal. All your boys today's would never survive it. Probably not, mate. Probably not, mate. I'm just jealous that you had those years and you celebrated those years, and made up for you that you did. Anyone who were around to see Leeds being the biggest team and best team in England and Europe, fantastic. And hopefully one day in all our lifetimes we'll get the opportunity to see something similar. It's never going to be like it was. But can we establish yourself in Premier League under this regime, whether it's Farke, under 49ers, in the few years to come? Can we establish yourself, and can we become a side that can go on cup runs consistently and not keep having to look over the shoulder because survival's more important and we're always flirting with relegation? Or we're a championship side again in next few years, like we were last time we came up, and then it's always about promotion. Can we have something more than just mediocrity at this football club? I think we can. In the home ballots, what's better for two people, family stand or just general one? I've never hit the ballot. Have to use ticket. To be fair, I don't know about getting two. I've never got two in ballot, to be fair, mate. I'm not too sure what's better. Family stand, I'd never aim for that person just because I'm too tall for it, really. When I sit down, my knees are hitting the seat in front. But yeah, if you go for two, hopefully you get them. Matty, when was the last time you choked up at a Leeds match? What was the trigger point? I choked up at Derby away with a lad. I have joking. The recent one, Roger, was Chelsea away. I choked up at 2-2. I welled up. Pins and needles all of my body, hairs on back of my neck stood up, and I almost cried at Chelsea away from being 2-0 down a league game and all that. It's not. I just couldn't. It just the emotion overtook me. But most games, Roger, where there's a bit of jeopardy and Leeds come through it, that emotion of any goal brings me close. I'm not going to lie, Roger. But yeah, Chelsea midweek last week, stood behind goal when we get that second goal when Okafor puts it into that open net. Yeah, almost in tears that day. But Derby away with my son, watching him, Leeds are fall, and watching it ooze out of him, the love for Leeds. Don't get me wrong, yesterday were brilliant as well. But most games I attend, Roger, bring that emotion out of me. You can't not. Nice, easy round for you guys. You can never run before you can walk, mate. Who knows? But I would suggest it's as good as Leeds could have hoped for you to get to a quarter final. Love the channel all boxed up. Thanks for all your content. And thanks for watching my content all boxed up. I massively appreciate it. Right then, guys, I've caught up with majority of the chat. I'm going to call it there. I'll get through the last few chats, but yeah, we'll call it there. Watched all your vlogs, Matty. Brilliant to watch. You make the noise if it's needed. I do, Stephen Mercer. Thank you. And my vlogs aren't fancy. They're not over-edited. They're not. My vlogs are the rawest form of content you can get from the stands. I don't put fancy edits. I can do fancy edits if I want. Takes longer to get out there. I just want to do the rawest form of content on a match day for you guys because I have people messaging me from all over the world, and I'm lucky that people in New Zealand, Australia, South Africa are now watching the channel. I can't believe it. To be fair, it's mental. Look at me, but they watch it, and it gives them a sense of being at the heart of it. I don't need to put fancy edits in it, and I get some hate. I get some comments sometimes saying this is poor quality. It is what it is. I'm a fat guy from Leeds who works on a chuffing building site with a phone in my hand. As and when I think there's an opportunity, we may score or concede. That's it. And if people enjoy it, brilliant. And thanks for that, Stephen. Hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Proper Leeds stuff. Matt Heath and his teeth. Matt Heath and his teeth. Or Tony DeRigo's toes. If you know, you know. If you don't, Friday nights at 10 o'clock. Tickle those likes for our Matty. Devlin, I love the cup, especially the football cup. I love all these competitions that are historic to the English game, but most Premier League sides aren't so arsed apart from the latter end. Well, Leeds can get to the latter end. We can get to the latter end. Lord Gittins, Leeds fans that wanted us to lose at Birmingham City, not Leeds fans, they are cowards. I just don't understand it. I'm not going to be too harsh on anybody. And I've got a few people I actually really like who said this as well. And yeah, it's just not for me. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for the FA Cup draw. Watching. I really appreciate you tuning in, Sebastian. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, I do have merch, but you can see that on another time. Imagine Not Being Leeds t-shirts, Dave. We'll drop that in another time, Dave, but thanks for mentioning it, pal. Thanks for the great FA Cup chat, Matty. Top Banana, you know me, mate, anytime. Great channel, friend. Thank you, Gail. Christopher says, thanks. My first time here won't be the last. Appreciate that. MOT, Matty. Thank you so much. Honestly, massive numbers for the channel. Massively appreciate it. Mr. Whitesnake is reviewing all these content. He's done that before, Richard, hasn't he? He's done that before. Brilliant for him, mate. Yeah, leave it there. Thank you for the free super chats I got. Thank you to Sai. Thank you to Get One UK. And thank you to All Box Up. Appreciate all of you. Smash a like on your way out. Please subscribe. Leeds, Norwich in the 5th round at Ellen Road. Come on. Quarter-final is on the horizon. Love you all. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play you out with one of my songs. Let's play out with... Let's go on. We're marching on together. Yeah. Slowed down version. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Here we go with Leeds United. We're gonna give the boys a hand. Stand up and sing for Leeds United. They are the greatest in the land. Every day we're all gonna say we love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be through it all together, and we've had our ups and downs, ups and downs. We're gonna stay with you forever, at least until the world stops going around. Every day we're all gonna say we love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be there. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Marching on together, we're gonna see you win. Na 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 na. We are so proud. We shout it out loud. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. We are so proud. We shout it out